Good morning children, we are again meeting for our online class. This is a class for students of class 12 and the subject is computer science. We are continuing with the same chapter, that is data file handling, and I would be starting from the same point where we left in our last class. The topics that we are going to cover in today's session are random access in files using TEL and seek. These are the two methods which are used to access the files randomly. Randomly means we want to pick up any data from any point, not in a sequential manner. So for that we need two methods which are seek and TEL, and we would be talking about the practical implementation that is given to explain the concept. Please refer the screen content. At the same time, please do carry your book and please do mark or underline the important things. Till now, in all our programs, we laid stress on sequential processing of data in the text and binary file. Sequential processing means if you want to access fifth record, you will have to browse through the first 4 records and then you will reach the fifth record. But when we talk about random access, you can quickly move on to that particular point from where you want to access your data. I am repeating it again. Till now, in all our programs, we laid stress on a sequential processing of data in a text and binary files. But files in Python allow random access of data as well, being using built-in methods seek and TEL. So please do underline these two important functions of the methods. That means using this you can randomly access your file. Talking about the seek method, it is used to change the position of file handle. Now up till now you must have seen that many a times we have been referring the word file pointer. That means the location or the place from where the data access starts. That is being referred as file pointer or file handle. So seek is the function or a method with the help of which you can change the position of a file handle or a file pointer to a given specific position. That means if you want to move to any specific position, then you can make use of seek method. File pointer is like a cursor which defines from where the data has to be read or written in the file. So this is an important method or a function to place the pointer at a desired location. Python file method seek sets the file's current position at an offset. This argument is optional and defaults to 0. Please underline this thing. That means if you are not mentioning the value, it always refers to 0, which means bringing the file pointer to the beginning of a file. We will be talking about this in a while. I am repeating the paragraph again. File method seek sets the file's current position at an offset. This argument is optional and defaults to 0. Please underline this thing, which means absolute file positioning. That means we are starting from the beginning. Other values are 1, which signifies seek is relative, may change to current position. That means you can make changes, and 2, which means seek is relative to the end of the file. That means you can make use of 3 values, either 0, 1 and 2 inside the seek as a parameter, and every value has an important meaning. When you talk about 0, now refer the content that is given just below this paragraph. The reference point is defined by from what argument. It can have any of the 3 values. 0, which sets the reference point at the beginning of the file, which is by default. Underline this thing because 0 is important. And if you are writing 1, it sets the reference point to the current file position. That means wherever is the current file handle, it will work accordingly. 2 sets the reference point at the end of the file. So these are the 3 values that can be used with seek. Seek can be done in 2 ways, absolute referencing or relative referencing. When you talk about absolute, that means we are beginning from the starting. When you talk about relative, that means in relation to the current position. Absolute referencing using seek gives the file number on which the file pointer has to position itself. Please do understand this thing very carefully. Absolute referencing using seek gives the file number on which the file pointer has to position itself. The syntax is f.seek, and within parentheses we give the file location, where f is the file pointer with the help of which you are opening a file. Example will make things more clear to you. For example, f.seek20, if you are writing the value as 20, will give the position or file number where the file pointer has to be placed. This statement shall move the pointer to the 20th byte in the file no matter where you are. Please underline this thing in your book. That means if you are writing any figure inside this other than 0 or any number you are writing, that will refer according to the number of bytes. Relative referencing or positioning has two arguments. Now when you talk about absolute referencing, it makes use of only one argument. But when we talk about relative referencing, we'll give the position or file number where the file pointer has been placed. This statement shall move the file pointer to 20th byte. Now I was just reading out the fseek20. Talking about relative referencing or positioning has two arguments, offset and the position from which it has to traverse. That means offset and where you want to access. Look at the syntax. Syntax says f.seek offset comma from what, where f is the file pointer. Now just look at the examples. This will make things more clearer to you. If you say fseek -10, 1, from current position move 10 bytes backward. Now from where you are getting the current position, that is with the help of 1, the second parameter that is given over here. If you refer the previous slide, or in case if you are carrying your book, you just refer the sequence number that where it is given 0, 1 and 2. So 1 is actually referring to the current file position. So coming back to this, f.seek -10, 1, from current position move 10 bytes backward because it is a negative value. Seek 10, 1, from current position move 10 bytes forward. Seek -20, 1, from current position. Why we are making use of the word from current position? Because the second parameter is 1. Please do remember this and be very careful about this. So seek -20, 1, from current position move 20 bytes backward. In case if I am not writing 20 as -20, I am writing it as simple 20. In that case it will move 20 bytes forward. Then f.seek 10, 0. Now in this case, from what or the positioning is referred as 0, that means from the beginning of the file. From the beginning of the file move 10 bytes forward. So you can make use of the two parameters when you want to talk in terms of relative referencing. That means you are telling from where you have to start the activity, and the second parameter, in fact the first parameter is telling what data to access, and the second parameter is telling from where you want to begin, and it can have maximum of 3 values, 0, 1 and 2. Points to remember: it must be remembered that Python 3.x only supports text file seek from the beginning of a file. Seek will give negative offset only. Seek with negative offset only works when the file is opened in binary mode. Do remember that negative values when are given, they are actually used only for the binary file, but in case of text file you can make use of positive numbers. The second method is tell. Tell returns the current position of file read or write pointer within the file. Now in case during the program you just want to know that where is my file pointer actually right now, so in that case you can make use of the tell method. F.tell method, where f is the file pointer. When you open a file in reading or writing mode, the file pointer rests at 0th byte. Now these are very important statements. If you are opening the file for the first time, either for the reading or writing purpose, the file pointer is at the beginning, that is the 0th byte. When you open a file in append mode, the file pointer rests at the last byte. Naturally, if you want to append the data at the end of a file, so the file pointer is at the last byte. Let us see the practical implementation that is given over here. Program to read byte by byte from file using seek and tell. That means now we would be making use of a file and we would be picking up data byte by byte. Okay. F is equal to open test.txt. That means we are simply making use of a text file. We are skipping the mode, that means it will be opened in a read mode. Please do remember, we are making use of seek and tell in a text files. Okay, then be very careful about the statements. They are simple and easy, but just be careful. Print before reading, that means I just want to know immediately after opening a file where my file pointer is. I am simply flashing a message on the screen before reading, and whatever value this f.tell will fetch. Now I would just suggest you to keep referring the output also simultaneously so that you understand it better. So if you look at the output before reading, the statement before reading f.tell is going to give you the value as 0. Right? Then s is equal to f.read. Now in this case we are trying to read the data from a file, and after that let us see what is happening. I am simply making use of a simple print statement and a text message after reading f.tell. That means I want to know that after reading the file using read function where my file pointer is. Now again refer the output that is given over here. After reading 48, that means it has moved on to the last byte or the last position of the file. Just after that I am saying f.seek 0. That means I am trying to bring the file pointer back to the beginning using seek method. Brings the file pointer to the 0th byte so data can be written and read from the next byte. So after that print from the beginning again, and I am trying to see the location again using f.tell. Refer the output from the beginning again, it is 0. That means because of that seek 0 method, the pointer has come back to the 0th position. Therefore the f.tell statement that is written just below the 2 comment lines is giving you the output as 0. Then I say f.read 4. Now here I am making use of a read method, but I am giving a value also, so it will read only 4 bytes. After that, if I want to simply display those bytes also using print statement, print 4 bytes are s. Whatever are the first 4 bytes or first 4 characters of the file, they will be printed. In this case we are presuming a file test, and we are presuming that this is written over here, so you refer the output. First 4 bytes are this. Then print.ftell, that means using ftell method I simply want to see the file pointer position, so it is giving me the position as 4. Next is s is equal to f.read 3. That means now it will move or read 3 more bytes from the last position and it will get stored in s. I want to print those characters also, so I am making use of print next 3 bytes s. So it is going to show me the value as is. Finally print f.tell. That means I want to see where my cursor is, where my file pointer is. It is showing me the output as 7. So you can make use of ftell method or function to see where actually my file pointer is, and you can simply make use of seek method to position your file pointer at any specific location using its values for bringing it to any desired location or accessing any limited number of data. If you look at the output of the text file, this is my file for file handling using Python. Please do remember that to explain the concept of tell and seek, we are making use of text file. Please be very careful. So using seek and tell method, you can randomly access your text files. Be very careful about this concept, and this is a pretty easy and interesting and very important concept because lots of questions can be framed on the basis of this. Pick up the first 5 characters from the file, or move on to the last character of the file, or maybe to extract 10 characters from backwards of the file. If you have to write programs for these kind of questions, in that case you would be required to make use of this tell or seek methods for randomly accessing files. So that's all for today's session, children. I just want you to revise all the topics that have been covered under heading of files so far.